This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the European Healing Miracle Call. Today is the 24th of June, and we are welcoming you with so much love. And we're sending peace to your hearts, peace to your mind, peace to every atom of your being. Today we have a wonderful call planned. We have Esther Francis with us today, who's going to be singing. We're also going to be having one of her music tracks playing as well to help us with some of the dance and movement that we're going to be doing later on today. We have an art session where we're going to be exploring negative shape and geometry. And we also have Shilpi, who's going to be joining a little bit later. She's just finishing up an art workshop, and she is going to be doing a meditation with us. And we actually also have a really beautiful video that she's recorded, and it's just, she sent us a clip to watch, and it was absolutely stunning with this beautiful, I think, stream running in the background. So you're in for a treat, my friends. So welcome to Get today. And welcome to Jana, who's also here, just vibrating and radiating love as she always does. Okay, friends, so what we're going to do, as you know, today is the final call, the final European Healing Miracle Call before we break for the summer. And I thought, because it's our final session, I thought I'd read a little bit of the ancient secrets for Master Healer, just a few of my favorite quotes, just to drop us from our heads into our hearts, and then we'll go on from there. So let me just share my screen. And Shilpi is joining us now. Welcome, Shilpi. Okay.
Hello, namaste.
Namaste.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, hold on. That's not what I wanted to share. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to open up. Here we go. And, okay, sharing. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to share a few quotes from the ancient secrets of a Master Healer. So, namaskar, dear friends. The divinity, that beautiful spark of light that's within me and within all of us, bows down to that beautiful spark of light that's within you. I bow down to all those who are here and all those who are watching the recording. And I honor that place, for you and I are one. So I just wanted to take this moment to actually send blessings and gratitude to my teachers and to the Siddhaveda lineage. So I wanted to firstly send my gratitude to my mom, who is probably one of my greatest teachers, and of course to the Siddhaveda lineage, Krishna, Dr. Naram, Dr. Smita Naram, Dr. Clint, Baba Ram Das, and all the way up to Jivaka. And I also wanted to say thank you to all of you, this community, because I've learned so much being with you. Okay, so this is one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Naram. And it says, Mama is an ancient technology that helps us reprogram ourselves to align our lives with our truest purpose. Not only can the pain go away, but you can achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. And this one here from Dr. Naram, when you discover what you want, it transfers from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind, and then to the superconscious mind. Then creation happens. Dr. Naram said, Mama, it is powerful beyond anything you can imagine. I have done it now over 1 million times. This is my job, my work, my mission, my passion. I only know a few things, and I do them very well. Mama is one. And one of the powerful uses of Mama is to help you discover what you want. So yeah, I wanted to share those because they are very, very powerful quotes in the Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer from Dr. Naram. And I thought we could begin with that and then go into our mamas. So friends, I'm going to invite you to do the head squeeze mama. These series of mamas bring in that sort of peaceful energy and also are good for communication and focus. So we're going to start off with this one. So you want the palm of your hand on your forehead. You spread the fingers nice and wide. And you want to use the tips of your fingers here. And we're going to start with breath. So inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then we're going to go to the focus mama point. Again, this one is with breath and it's just in between the brow. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then temples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the point in between the nose and the lips. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that one's really good for anxiety. And the last one that we're going to do is the heart mama, because we want to drop into our hearts. So this one is good for circulation in terms of physically for the body, but in terms of emotionally, it relieves any sort of emotional heaviness that you might be carrying. So you need to use your left hand and you grip the left thumb with the fingers from the right hand. And then you want to join the thumb and the fingers up together. So it looks like that. And this way from the top, this way from the back. So I'm going to keep mine turned this way so that you can see that when I'm pressing it, so the pulsation of the heart. If you want to, you can place your hands near your heart space as we do this one together. So we're going to do 6 sets of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Breathing in harmony. Second set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in peace. Third set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in love. Fourth set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in gratitude. Fifth set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as we breathe in, just visualizing the heart opening like a rose. And exhale. And this is the last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Breathing in gratitude, love, and light. And exhale. Okay, friends. Thank you to all those who are joining for the Mamas today and for the art. Welcome, Andrea. Lovely to see you, dear. We have art planned today. Just before we transition, I just want to make sure, if you haven't already got it, make sure you have a pair of scissors, because there's some cutting that we're going to be doing today. Paper, and any kind of paper you want, newspaper, magazines, any kind of paper, wrapping paper, anything that you've got in your house that you don't mind cutting up. And you probably will need a pencil or something to draw with as well. So you want to have those materials ready, okay? Okay, so we're going to transition into our next part, which is with our lovely Esther, who's going to take us even deeper into our heart spaces.
Good morning, moment, evening, wherever you be and whatever time it is. And then there's what is called chironic time, which is that time out of time. So our invitation together is to meet there, and it's equivalent in many ways to space and the spaciousness that isn't cramped by measurement, but is the essence of the moment. And this song is called The Space Inside Us. And there's a little tongue-in-cheek here, a little playful. So I'm so glad after this that Shilpi is going to take us very, very deeper. And I'm so thankful for Miriam already bringing us into such amazing alignment and depth and harmony and love with each other, which is always there, but she's like master gatherer, bringing us right in. So with a lot of appreciation, I'm going to begin the song. We've stuffed and it's never enough when ego burns out of control. We feed its fire with false desires that never fulfill our souls. Let's take out the stuffing, reclaim our space, take out the hurry, take out the haste, take out more's better, take out the trash, open our hearts, come back to the space inside us. It's who we space inside us, beyond yes and no. Space inside us brings ecstasy, puts an end to our misery. The space inside us is who we are. It's what connects us to every star, to every being so near and so far. The space inside us, just breathing into it. That sacred space inside us, that silence inside us. It's who, what is we are.
Esther, it's so beautiful. I actually just want to take a moment of us just to be silent for one moment before we say anything, because it's beautiful. Friends, let's rub our hands together and send Esther so much love. Wow, 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 wow. That was medicine for the soul. It truly was. The words, the space that you created, the way that you sang it, Esther. My day today has been quite crammed. Me and Esther were sharing about this before the call. And just to have that moment of space, I was like, oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Would anyone like to share a few words before we transition? I'm going to do.
Say thanks, and maybe it's maybe appropriate just to ride this wave right into the next silence and meditation.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Shilpi, do you want me to play the video here, or do you want to say a few words and then play the video? What would you like me to do?
Yeah, I think I'll just say a few words and then you can play the video. So the visual and the sound would just take us deep, dive deeper into our own beings. Esther, thank you so much for just opening that space for us to observe the spaces within us, because it's so easy for us to look at the physicality of us and see who we are, the not so good part or the good aspects. But when we dive deep within, there is no good or bad. There is no right or wrong. We are made up of spaces that are filled and that are empty. And it's the combination of both, the dark and the light, the empty and the full, the yin and the yang, the colorful and the one devoid of color. It's those aspects, the dance of both, that creates us, until we can merge into one and there is no duality. But for that to happen, we have to just become aware. After we become aware, we acknowledge, we embrace, And then there is no duality. So with that, let's gently dive into, I have this beautiful picture or the video of this wooded trail behind my house. And I was just guided to share whatever downloads I received. So I'm sharing that with you guys. Hope you enjoy.
Shilpi, let me know if you can hear it okay.
Welcome to the Daily Dose of Divine Guidance with Shilpi. My name is Shilpi, and I'm wishing you a very happy summer solstice. Today is 21st June, and I think this is a beautiful day to start this daily dose of divine guidance, I guess. Well, I was given this guidance on the 16th of June. And the first message that dropped in was, allow yourself to be led. Actually, this was the second time that I was told. But the whole concept of Daily Dose of Divine Guidance was given to me on the 16th. And I hesitated. I was like, but what am I going to say every day? What am I supposed to convey? What am I supposed to communicate? And the question that I had asked, this was like 3 a.m. I woke up, I did my meditation, and after every meditation, I generally open up to receiving guidance. And that day I had said, universe, show me or tell me, how am I to serve? And that's when I heard Daily Dose of Divine Guidance. I am to host Daily Dose of Divine Guidance. And immediately, I was happy, but immediately I felt this panic arise in my chest. And my mind went, but daily? I can understand if it's a weekly thing, but daily, what am I going to say? And I just allowed it to be, just observing myself, and then I was told other things. However, as the day went by, that evening, I had a client session at 8 and 7:45. I was having my tea, preparing for the session, and suddenly I had this urge to step out and take a walk. And I did. I stepped out, and as I started walking, I messaged my client saying, hey, I'm going to be 10 minutes late. I hope that's okay. And it was all right. So I started walking, but I had this pull to go to the trail. And it was evening, 7:45, and I wasn't keen because of the bugs. So I said, no, I'm not going to the trail. But I felt this urge to go to the trail. And as I've learned not to ignore, I just allowed myself to follow the lead. And when I went into the trail, as I walked through a wooded area, there was the deer. And it had been 6 months since I had seen any deer on my walk. And I had wondered, where did all the deers go? So when I saw her, it was almost like a recognition. We both looked at each other. I quietly took a couple of pictures, and then I felt I don't want to disturb her, and I started walking. And I walked, and at the end of the trail, I turned around, and as I walked back, I saw her at a distance, and she had followed me, and she was looking at me. So I stood there looking at her. And then, of course, I recorded the whole thing. And then slowly after maybe a couple of minutes, she walked away and she was gone. And I, came back home. And it was uncanny in that moment I heard, or perhaps the awareness that landed on me was, you see, you don't need to know things in advance. Let go of the need to know. Allow yourself to be led. And I was actually led to that spot for the deer. And it was just a confirmation that we receive what we need to receive at the right moment, at the right time. Not a day earlier, not a day late. And that is what the universe was trying to tell me or show me when I had my doubts about daily. What am I going to say? And the universe showed me that you'll be shown and you'll be led. Are you willing to be led? And in that moment, I proved that, yeah, I was willing to be led. And then I had no doubts whatsoever. And trust me, for the session, I was perfectly in time. I had asked for 10 minutes, 8:10, I was there at the session. And that lady was really, happy that I had kept up my, time, and the session couldn't have gone more beautifully. Again, during the session, it was shown to me that what needs to happen will happen, even if I did not understand. And generally, I have a clue as to how the session is going. But that day, I felt that words were just coming out of my mouth. My mind couldn't make sense of it, but I did not question. And at the end, that lady said, my goodness, that was divine. And I thought, oh my God, this is the second proof the universe is giving me that, hey, Shilpi, you asked and we answered. Now that we've given you the answer, just take it and run with it. And so here I am with the message for you on this day, June 21st, summer solstice. Allow yourself to be led. Let go of the need to know every step of the way. Allow these words to sink in as this water flows in the creek and you watch it. Allow it to wash away whatever debris of doubts remain, and allow the divine guidance of needing to know, or letting go of the need to know, and allowing yourself to be led, sink in and occupy all that space that the creek, by the way of washing away those doubts, clearing up the space, has created. Once again, wishing you a very happy solstice. Much love, Shilpi.
Such a beautiful message, Shilpi. I loved it. Can we all rub our hands together and send Shilpi so much love and gratitude and light and peace?
Thank you so much. I hope it took you deep within and created that space that we all need to receive that divine guidance, because the universe is always ready to give us. However, do we have the space to receive?
So I can see Andrea's hand is raised. And then after that, Shilpi's going to continue a little bit more with the meditation, just getting us ready for silent meditation. But yes, Andrea, please share.
This is really interesting that that I happen to be here to hear this, because as I've mentioned to you, well, I don't know if I have, I use Oracle cards. And just a few days ago, I picked a card and it said exactly what she was saying. Just, you don't need to know. It will unfold as you need to know it. Just be, sort of show up. And I thought, wow, this is miraculous that someone else has had this same experience.
Incredible alignments. And it's amazing that you picked that card. And it's just,
I don't remember which one it was now, but it doesn't matter. But, you know, especially when you're not very, very, you know, super familiar with the deck, you are, you're reading it from the book, you know, and, but in the last time I've been like picking twice, like the Council of Light, or We're All Together, you know, and we're helping raise the consciousness of the planet. Now is the time. And one thing I'd like to say here is that I've heard recently where it said, people say, oh, but all this dark stuff. Well, before, if everyone thinks about it, before the dawn comes, it's the darkest. And it's also the coldest before the sun has the first rays. And so we are in this right now. And all I can say is that I feel from the bottom of my soul that all of us who are here, in whichever way we're helping, because there's so many different groups of people doing what they feel they need to do, but there is a growing feeling that everyone is here, who is here now, has chosen to be here at this time to bring the light forwards. Really.
yes. Thank you, Andrea. Yes, beautiful reminder and message. Yeah, we're here to bring the light. Yeah, shine the light. Okay, friends, I know that Shilpi has like a little bit more, because we're going to go into some silence, as this session is all about space today.
Thank you for this beautiful message, Andrea. And with that, let's take a nice deep breath in and allow that breath to seep within as we close our eyes. Feel that breath going deep within, and as we exhale, we go a little bit deeper inside. And if you remember the spiral staircase that we had used to go deep within last time, we are going to use the same spiral staircase to go to the depths of our being. So with every breath, I want you to pace your breath in such a way that is comfortable to each of you. And with every breath, allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper as we climb down that spiral staircase into the depths of our being. Some of you might even feel like the spiral staircase is leading you to the depths of your heart. And as you reach the last rung of the staircase, you alight. And in your heart, you see this beautiful lotus that's waiting for you. It's a huge lotus, and you are invited to climb into it. So as you climb into the lotus, feeling its texture, the fragrance, the petals, the color, and the lotus can be whatever color that comes up for you. For some, it could be white, blue, pink. Allow your soul to guide whatever color it needs. And as you make yourself comfortable within that lotus, whether you sit or you lay down, feel the lotus petals closing in and creating the safe space for you to relax in. And because the lotus vibrates at a very high frequency, as each of us relax in our own individual lotus pods, we allow the silence around us to work its magic as the frequency of lotus helps us upgrade our own frequency. And that allows us to expand our consciousness. And the more expansive we get, the more silence we are able to experience and allow it to heal and soothe us. So now that we are all safe in our own lotus pod, I'm just going to stay silent for a couple of minutes. And when we are ready to come back, I will gently guide you back. As you enjoy this beautiful silence, I want you to become aware of the silence reaching deep down into each cells of your body. Feel each cell rejuvenating in this silence. And since each of them are vibrating high, anything that is not serving them, anything that is energetically weighing them down, feel all of that just loosening up and coming to the surface to be skimmed off by the lotus. Feel all of that energetic debris just evaporating and being absorbed by the lotus. Because the silence is going deep down in creating this healing space within you. And now, as you become more and more aware of your body, feeling rested, rejuvenated, and calm, you open your eyes in the lotus and see the beautiful walls. And you feel guided to sit up if you were laying down. And you see the lotus petals opening up, and you climb down with a smile on your face, feeling absolutely filled with gratitude for the moments that you spent inside the pod. And you climb to the spiral, you walk to the spiral ladder or the staircase, and you start your journey upwards. With each step, each rung that you climb, you start becoming more and more aware of yourself, aware of your physicality, aware of your surrounding. Until you come all the way out into your physical body, allowing your soul to stretch into the body glove, becoming aware of your body parts. You may wriggle your toes, move your fingers, and gently, whenever you're ready, just open your eyes. Welcome back.
Absolutely divine. Absolutely divine. Thank you for guiding us on into that space, that sacred space, Shilpi. We're so blessed to have you with us today, and it's such a blessing to be able to facilitate this call with you and Esther today, and to have Jana also open the call. There's so many blessings, and yeah, I can feel the blessings in the air. I can't explain.
Yeah, it's magical.
Okay, friends, I feel like would anyone like to share anything before we transition? Or should we just transition and go for it? Okay, I think we're going to transition. But if anyone has any thoughts or things that have come up, they feel free to type it in the chat. Okay, so we've done a lot of going deep into our hearts and going into that sacred space, we're going to do a little bit of movement. So I'm just going to, as we do just before we go into art, we want to loosen up the shoulders, loosen up the wrists. So I'm going to invite you just to rotate your wrists, circular motions, sacred circles, then the other way. Great, and then just bounce the shoulders up and down, loosening them up, rotate them backwards, and forwards. And actually, I'm going to invite you to place your palms or your hands onto the shoulders, and then you're going to bring the elbows together, and then we're going to take a deep breath in, just bringing them up and exhaling back down. So inhale as we rise up, exhaling, coming down. Inhale and exhale, and the other way. So inhale and exhale. In and exhale. One more. And exhale it. Really good. Great stuff. And then we're going to stretch our right arm up. So inhaling, coming up. And just let it come over the head. Just leaning to your left and looking up. And just breathing here into that stretch. You'll feel a little stretch in the side. And exhaling, bring the hand back down. Inhaling, lifting up the left arm up. And over, turning to look up. Just feeling that stretch in the side. Just breathing into that stretch. And exhaling, coming back down. Okay, and then I'd like you to, it feels good for you. So I'd like you to lace your fingers behind your back. Pull your shoulders down. We've done this one before. Good job. So we're inhaling. And then as we exhale, we lace the fingers in front of us. And we drop the chin to the chest. And then inhale, we bring the arms up. Stretching up, and if you want, you can drop the head back. And exhaling, rain fingers down. So I'm going to turn this way so I can see you. Okay, so lacing the fingers behind the back, pull the shoulders back and down. Inhaling here, and only if it feels good, drop the head back. Exhaling, rounding the shoulders, push the hands in front of you, drop the chin to the chest. Inhaling, bringing the arms back up. Exhale, rain fingers down. One more set, lacing them behind the back, pull the shoulders down, looking up if it feels good for you, breathing in. Exhaling, lace the fingers in front of you now. Roll the shoulders forward, drop the chin to the chest. Inhaling, bringing the back up. Exhale, rain fingers down. Okay, wonderful friends. Okay, so we are going to do a little bit of movement. Esther, we're going to use your song, which so Esther's composed this really beautiful music from her album Mother Earth, and it's called Pachamama. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Esther, do you want to say a few words about it before we go into it, or?
Yeah, you have it right, Pachamama,
Yes,
which is not only Mother Earth, but the whole entire universe, you know, all of it, Mother. And yeah, very much a song of celebration and thanksgiving. So I think that's enough.
Okay. Okay, so friends, I just want to first of all, before I play the song, move this chair out of the way. Okay, just try and position the laptop in the right place. So these are some of the movements that we're going to just do to continue to open up the shoulders. So I'd just like you to just, again, we're just rotating the shoulders back, good, and forwards. Excellent. And then I want you to imagine you're picking up your paintbrush and you're going to paint your canvas in front of you, up and down, side to side. If you want, you can do some infinity loops. Infinite love, infinite peace, infinite light. Do up in the air. And then you're going to bring your imaginary paintbrush into the other hand. Again, painting your canvas up and down, side to side. Infinity loops. Yeah, excellent. Up in the sky, down below. Okay, and then we're going to do just some freestyle dancing to this wonderful song from our dear Esther. So just let the music lead you and guide you.
Thank you, Pachamama, for your space. Thank you, Pachamama, for your grace. Thank you, Pachamama, for your stars and fire. Thank you, Pachamama, for all you inspire. Pachamama, Pachamama. Thank you, Pachamama, for your air. Thank you, Pachamama, for all your care. Pachamama, Pachamama. Thank you, Pachamama, for your life-giving water. Thank you, Pachamama, we're your sons and your daughters. Pachamama, Pachamama. Thank you, Pachamama, for your earth. Thank you, Pachamama, for our birth. Thank you, Pachamama, for your galaxies. Thank you, Pachamama, for your trees and seas. Pachamama,
Thank you for your earth,
Pachamama,
thank you for your bird,
Pachamama,
thank you for your sky,
Pachamama,
thank you for your eyes,
Pachamama,
thank you for your rain,
Pachamama,
thank you for the rain,
Pachamama, Pachamama. Thank you, Pachamama, oasis in space. Thank you, Pachamama, glorious place. Pachamama, Pachamama. Thank you, Pachamama, for the ecstasy. Thank you, Pachamama, for you and me. Pachamama, Pachamama. Thank you, Pachamama, for wonder and song. Thank you, Pachamama, we all belong. Thank you, Pachamama, for rebirth and spring. Thank you, Pachamama, we're awakening. Pachamama, 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 Pachamama,
for your glorious flowers,
Pachamama,
for your precious hours,
Pachamama,
for your sights and sounds,
Pachamama,
for the food abound,
Pachamama,
for the green,
Pachamama,
for the glories we see,
Pachamama,
for the herbs,
Pachamama,
for the birds,
Pachamama,
for the skies,
Pachamama,
for the eyes,
Pachamama,
for the rain,
Pachamama,
for the grain,
Pachamama, Pachamama.
Okay, friends. So hopefully everyone is feeling. Oh, let me turn off the music. Esther, thank you for beautiful music. Everyone is feeling very loose now. Esther, I have to say, you know, I was thinking to myself today, what song should I have for us to dance and move to? And then I was like, let me look in Esther's album. And then that, before anyone, that one, I was like, Pachamama. I was like, yes. and then I was like, oh, the beat is so good.
And the first lyric actually is "Thank you, Pachamama, for your space."
I know. When I,
That is who I heard it.
when I played it, I was like, yes, yes, yes.
And
You
it goes
know,
right.
it was such a joy to see all the movement. Basically, I just got into it, but then I had to open my eyes and to see all of you dancing and enjoying it. Oh my gosh, that is just such a glorious grace. Thank
And
you.
it also ties into the sacred circles. You think of Earth, it's round.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, friends. So as you're catching your breath and just transitioning now, I've got a short presentation for you for our art now. So let me again share my screen. Let's go here. Okay, so Esther, can you see the screen okay? Did it share?
I see it, and I'm going to change my view so that it's side by side. I think standard by side. I think I can see it more. Or standard. Standard. Yeah, if I go to standard, I see more of it, and we're just small on the side. That's perfect.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so stillness and space. So Deepak Chopra says, observe the silence between your thoughts, actions, reactions, and you will feel the presence of spirit in the stillness of those spaces. And that's definitely been happening today. Create a space in your life to relax, re-energize, and reconnect with your sacred inner being. So that's from Melanie Mushigian Colores. I might not be pronouncing that right, please forgive me. Joseph Campbell says, your sacred space is where you can find yourself over and over again. Within you is a sanctuary, a sacred space of stillness. Retreat to this sanctuary. It's the meetup for the soul. Diving deeper and deeper with geometry and negative space. So last week when we were looking at circles, we saw this image and we drew the circle, and then we also looked at this image and saw how the space around the circle was filled. And that kind of like spurred on the idea of looking at negative space. So what is negative space in art? Negative space in art is the empty space around and between the subjects of an image. So if we look at these archways, these beautiful arches, the space is all around it, in between it. And here, if we look at this piece of art, the chair is the subject of the image. So it's the positive space. The space around the chair is the negative space. So all this shaded part here, this gray shaded part is the negative space. And here it's outlined in red, just so you can see all of the shaded parts here in negative space. And so this paper clip here is the subject, it's the positive space. And here, if we look at this cutout, just, Esther, is it okay if you,
Oops.
thank you. So yeah, if we look at the negative space is the cutout of the heart, and the positive or the subject here is the black cutout part. So I thought we'd have just a little look at a very famous artist, Henri Matisse, who is a French artist. And he was an accomplished painter, a sculptor, graphic designer, and one of the most influential artists of the 1900s. And near the end of his career, he started using scissors to create art. And so he would paint these sheets of paper and he would cut up them and create these fluid shapes, organic shapes, and create art. So yeah, and when he was doing that, he started to play with negative space. And he actually says, cutting directly into color reminds me of a sculptor's carving into stone. So this is a piece of his work here. It's called Forms of Jazz. And if we look, so this white bit here and around it is the negative space. And this blue part is the subject or the positive space. What's quite interesting actually about his art is that you can flip it. You could actually say the white bit here is the subject and the blue bit is the negative space. So here's some of his art. And then again, I wanted to look at some more negative and positive space art. And there's a type of art called Notan paper art. It's Japanese paper art. And Notan in Japanese means light, dark, harmony. So Notan paper art is used to create mirror image compositions. And they demonstrate that concept of positive and negative. Just like Shilpi was mentioning today, the yin and the yang. So that's just a beautiful synchronicity there. Esther shared this with me today, and I thought she might want to share. Here again, there's this sort of balance between the light and the dark in this photograph that she's picked. Esther, do you want to share a little bit about this?
Sure. Oh, what a wonderful presentation, Miriam. Thank you so much. I just love the unity of the negative and the positive. And once we recognize and give equal value, it's, for me, it just is, it completely cuts through duality as being something in any way having an element of conflict, and just illustrates the whole and the whole complementariness of the whole. And I love the image with the horses, because it's just, to me, so beautiful. It's on a postcard or something, on a letter that I just came upon a couple of days ago. And this goes with this theme that Shilpi is talking about so much in the meditation. No need to try and control or figure out. The openness guides us, and things spontaneously arise. Now, on my screen, I can't see this. It's because our pictures are on top of it, so I don't know if other people can or not. But this is, it's a haiku. Haiku has 5 syllables for the first line and the last line, and the middle line has 7 syllables. That's the standard. Occasionally you can make an exception of 1 syllable, but that's really the classic standard. And many years ago, this was 2002, I had an experience looking at the night sky, which was, it was just a sliver moon, so very little visual of other stars. And the angle of the moon was such that it reminded me of the smile of the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland. And that magic. So the haiku that came was a Cheshire Cat, if it's pronounced correctly, but I know it has the 5 syllables. A Cheshire Cat perched high in the night sky smiles mysteriously. The 5 again. So a Cheshire Cat perched high in the night sky smiles mysteriously. And to me, that image of, again, the negative, in this case, I perceived as being the darkness that was so omnipresent, and then this smile. And then I chose to give it form with the white, then actually as it kind of as the positive emphasizing the message of that came from the dark, I guess you could say. So yeah, so that's a little capsule of that experience. And because of scissors and what we're invited to do today, I just came from the dollar store and I was going to get construction paper, but they're all out. So I got this poster board of white and black. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it would be really fun to see, because I've never, this I just sketched out, you know, a long time ago with markers, and it would be fun to see if I could actually create something
Draw
on,
with scissors.
yeah.
Yeah. Esther, I love your story of the night. I didn't realize that's how that haiku came about, that you were looking at the night sky, and it's so beautiful because it's like, yeah, the light and the dark, with the slither of the moonlight. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm so grateful for you, Esther, because I love the little nuggets of like wisdom that you throw in. It's just incredible and so perfectly aligned. So friends, I'm just going to show a few examples here of some forgotten what it's called again, Notan art. So here they've actually got like a square piece of paper and they've cut these shapes and then they've pulled them out so that you get that sort of, you get the negative space and the positive space working together. And again, it's almost like a reflection, but not exactly, because there's the reversal of colors happening here. Here again, and if you think about it, it's just like working with half the shape, and then when you pull them out, you get the other side. Here we've got our circles. Here again, more circles, almost looks like spirals here. And friends, I want to say that it doesn't have to be just circles today. It can be any shape that you want to do. And I'm going to actually model a little bit before we go into it. And I just want to remind you of these quotes. Creativity requires the courage to let go of certainties. Give yourself the freedom to create something different. And I also wanted to share this wonderful quote from Dr. Naram about Aditi Deva Bhawa. In India, we have a concept for when an unexpected guest comes to visit your home. It is called Aditi Deva Bhawa, which means you treat any guest, whoever it is, and as inconvenient as their visit may be, as if God himself has come to visit your home. In my healing lineage of Siddha Veda, we take that very much to heart. And so I also invite you, whatever emotions come up today as you're creating, to treat it as the divine. So whether it's like unsure, uncertainty, fear, anything that comes up today, just send it love, love, love. And whatever you create today is perfect, is completely perfect. And there is no right and wrong in this. So I'm just going to spotlight this screen here for you so you can see. So one of the things that I've done here is I've drawn around, so I've cut out this black piece of paper and I've drawn around it. And then I've used a pencil to draw some shapes. So as you can see, some shapes. And then I started to cut them out. So I'm just going to cut out a few more so you can see. And this is just a very, very simple example of how this works. So I'm going to cut a little bit more. So what you do is it's like opening up a book. So you fold it outwards and then you would stick that down. And then you fold that piece outward and you stick that down. You leave that piece there because it's the reflection of that one. And then you fold this piece outward. Friends, just raise your hand if that's making sense so far. I'll just put this into gallery so I can see. Is that making sense? Okay, so I think we are ready to have a go ourselves and just create. I just want to, as a little tip, when you get your piece of paper, draw around it just with a pencil, as I've done here, just all around, just so that when you're gluing things down, you can easily find the alignment of where everything fits together. Okay, so I am going to remove the spotlight off there. And I actually have a lovely track to share with you as we're creating our art. It's not the same as we usually use. It's a track that has, it's played to a note, which is 528 Hertz. And this is meant to be a very healing frequency. So I thought we'd try it out today. Okay, so let me share. Okay, bear with me. Stop. Oh. Okay. Friends, would you like 5 more minutes? Just give me a thumbs up if you want five more minutes to just, okay, 5 more minutes, okay. Okay, friends, I can see that you're still creating. Give me a thumbs up if you want like another 5 minutes, or if you want us to start showing some of our work and sharing what came up, any feelings. So just give me a thumbs up if you want another 5 minutes. Okay, I think, Barbara wants, okay, Barbara, we'll give you we'll have 5 more minutes and we'll just have this lovely music. And then after that, we're going to share. Shilpi, yes.
Mariam, how about we start sharing, and people who need to complete, they can continue completing while we share.
Great idea, Shilpi. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen so I can see all of you. Okay. Would anyone like to, whoever's ready, to just share anything that came up while they were doing the process? If there was any Aditi Devabala coming up, or just anything that you want to share. Shilpi, would you like to start?
So this is my work. I don't know how.
Wow.
I'm
Yes.
not sure if I can.
Yeah, we need to take off. I can still see a little bit. Hold on.
Let me take a picture and then put it up. That's much easier. This was really cool, actually. When I went in, I wasn't sure how it's going to play out, or how the creation would be, but I really enjoyed the process, because it helped me, just go through my mind as to what I wanted, and then the judgment as to how it's going to look, how presentable am I going to be, because no matter what we create, it's almost like we project ourselves onto it. So it was really, really neat to get myself out of it. So I'm going to just get this thing onto my sharing thing. Okay, so this is what it is. And I took the background as just any magazine with, I think it's celery sticks. And then I did the cutout from a white paper. But as I was cutting those circles, I actually chopped up the whole thing, and I thought, oh my God, I should have kept the cutout, because that would have been a nice positive or negative space. But anyway, this is what it is. I took the white flowers from that paper and just glued it on top of these. And then I took the, from the spheres, from the circles, the outer part of the circles, I glued it onto the paper just to show the contrast.
Absolutely wonderful. I love that you're just playing with it, that you're just diving in, you're playing with the negative and the positive space. And yeah, it's just an absolute joy to see your creation. Thank you so much, Shilpi.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that wants to share a little bit what they did? Let's have a look. Yes, Andrea. Oh, you're muted. Hold on. Let's. Still muted, Andrea.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I forgot glue, so I'll let you just see what I did. Okay. Let's see. How do I do this now? 1 second here. Let me wait. I need to change it to go the other side. Oh, here we go. Let's see here. Whoop. No. Oh, shoot. How do I? Well, I don't know. Let me see if I can do it.
Andrea, you had it before.
I did. I did.
Yes, you did. You had it reversed.
Okay. So wait a second. Oh, also 1 second. Sorry. I've never tried to do this before to show something what I did. Okay. So 1 second here. Okay. Here. Oh, there.
Yes, we can see. Wow. That is
but it's not
incredible.
glued down. So-
It's amazing. Wow. It's absolutely stunning. You've got, yes.
and what I did at the end here is I decided to, there it is. I ran into my studio, got a paper punch.
I love that you've got the paper. Oh my goodness. So creative, so imaginative. And I love the shapes, the contrast again. It's just stunning. It's,
Oh, I
And-
just had fun and you know, just let it all hang out, huh?
you know what I love is that it's such a simple process, you know, just cutting into shapes, but you can create so much with it. Oh, that's
Yeah,
absolutely
it is. There was no pre-plan. Just I go, well, well, what about that? And then trying to figure out, like, especially with the corners there. Oh, it's supposed to be arrows, and one didn't come out so good. But anyways, I'm laughing.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I could see Gedra, did you have yours ready to show?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought I saw it.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh,
Something like this.
Wow! This is so exciting seeing all this artwork. It's so incredible. Guys, you have to take pictures to put in our WhatsApp group because this is absolutely beautiful. Wow, wow, wow.
Just
I can see,
that's neat.
Luke has joined the call and I just want us to give him a lovely warm welcome because he is in Mount Chester. Hello, Luke. Thank you for just coming on when you did.
Yes, I just wanted to come in for the last little bit and say hi and pop in and just sharing this beautiful energy of yours, especially since this is the last one for the summer. So I'm so enjoying looking at all this beautiful art.
It's gorgeous. Does anyone else would anyone else like to share? Just having a look through. Yes, Barbara. Please unmute. Look at that, amazing. Wow.
It was too much blue and white, and I wanted it to be more colorful, so I took my pens and I colored it.
I love it. I really love that you added the marker pens. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. This is bringing me so much joy to see the different creations that have come out. Amazing.
Thank you.
And I can see Esther. Would you like to share yours?
Yes, so I have these two, the TD Devil Bawa because there was no construction paper at the dollar store, so I had to get these big posters. And what I did, I took that original and stuck it on, and that's on the big TV, and I cut out the border of the black poster. And what I'd wanted to do, but I knew there was no time today, there we go, would have been to cut out, the haiku itself and just put it on the black background. But that would take some tools, and I'm not set up to do that today. So it just I felt inspired just to stick the original up there and cut out the moon. That was
I love it.
I love it. I love it.
fun.
A good idea. Wonderful.
I love everybody's creations. They're astounding. We are such creative beings. And when we're given a chance and the space to do it.
Absolutely wonderful. Oh, I can see Robin. Robin, did you want to share?
Yes, and I actually got on my phone because I'm going to share from my phone in addition to from my computer. And so I wound up, when I was pulling out my art supplies for today, a version of this wanted to be used, and I didn't know what the exercise was going to be, but I had one of these was it had two of the two little ones were cut off. And so I found it really interesting that we were working with negative space, because it wound up being for me an example of using what we normally think is garbage, because I had cut away, and you'll see when I share, and I didn't have glue. So what I have done, let me see if I can change this around. There we go. Okay, so I cut my star out, and that was my first reflection. And then with my garbagey negative space, I wound up cutting out reflection triangles. And it's, I didn't know this red folder that I had just pulled out of the office was going to be my background, but I'm like, oh, look, it's similar enough. And so what I wound up really realizing was that the exercise for me was an example that what we usually think is garbage or to be discarded, you can make beautiful things with it. And so I may just wind up sticking this piece to this folder now that I'm going to be using the folder, and it's going to remind me to get out of the box and play with everything in reality.
I really love your realizations, Robin. It's so wonderful. It makes me so I can't explain how happy I am. I actually might cry just because I'm blown away by the creations that you guys have done. It's so inspiring, and the realizations that you're all having is wonderful. I'm learning as I'm listening to you. It's just wonderful. This was an old envelope. This envelope is used in Vietnam during Tet, which is Vietnamese New Year, and the children normally put money into it. Parents put money into it and give it to their children. And so I had these spare envelopes, and I thought, let me just cut them up and you know, have a little play. So that's one of them. And then I also decided to just do a few. So there's this one here as well. I do like flowers, so I just, again, and then I realized actually I could even cut out some more shapes here and you know, play with the negative space. And then this goes off the page, so I couldn't stick the other parts here. But so yeah, that's that. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying seeing everyone's work. Is there anyone else who would like
Miriam,
to share?
incredible. What an incredible and inspiring thing to do and to be able to share with everybody. It's so awesome.
Oh, thank you so much, Jana. And I'm so glad that you're here as well. Is there anyone else that would like to share? We're coming up to 9 p.m. I can see Jimbo's ready. Yes.
Okay, so this was an exercise in scrambling for materials at the last minute. And so I ended up using a recycled shopping bag and a sheet of white paper. And then I have my old handy glue stick that I love, but this one is all used up and I haven't got a new one yet. So I had to dig some of it out with my finger to get what I could out of there. And this is what I ended up with. Here, let's see. Can we get a, oh, let me back up. There we go.
Jimbo, that is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And I love
I really like it. I didn't know. I just did it and it came out really good. And then I looked at which 4 directions I liked, and this is the one I settled on.
Yes, I like that too. I mean, it could go anyway, but that's beautiful. And again, these pieces, they're so stunning, and I hope all of you keep them because it's absolutely wonderful. Just the imagination, using the shapes, and it's so simple and easy for us to do, you know, just to create something very, very quickly. I'm just going to have another quick look through, see if there's anyone else who wants to share. And then we might be ready to end the call. Just raise your hands, friends, if you want to share. If you're still finishing off, that's fine. I think, yeah, friends are still finishing off. Okay, so friends, this is our last European Healing Miracle Call for the summer. Yes, so we're going into summer break and we will hopefully be back in September. So we'll have time to re-energize, refresh. And I wanted to say, like, if there, and this is for friends also watching the recording, if you have any feedback about, you know, what you would like on the European call, what you would like less of, more of, please let us know. And if you also want to support on the European call with tech, or you want to lead something, also please reach out. You can find me on Facebook, Mariam Art. You can also reach out to Jana, who's also part of the admin team. Carol Ray is on there as well. You can reach out to Esther Francis because she's always here with me collaborating as well. So yeah, so I just want to say thank you to everybody that joined today. Thank you to dear Esther for the music today, for your sharings about the postcard and the haiku, haiku is Japanese, right? And I didn't know that today I was actually going to even mention it keeps going out of my mind, that black and white art. I forgot what it's called now. Can anyone remember? It's gone out of my mind. But yeah, I didn't know that I was going to choose something that was Japanese, and then Esther sent me that and I was like, oh, another synchronicity. I want to say thank you to Jimbo for joining us for your creations, Robin for your inspiring reflections and radiating love, Andrea for your sharings, Shilpi, the beautiful meditation and just guiding us deep into our heart and bringing in that sacred space, that energy. Luke for joining and radiating love, Elena as well, Deirdre, Barbara, Mina, and of course Jana. Jana's always supporting. Even when she's super busy and she's going through transitions herself, she finds the time, and I am so grateful. I feel like all of you have been incredible.
And dear friends, may we rub our hands and send our greatest love and thanks for what you've created, Miriam, to create what I call the sacred sandbox of the European call. I'm just so in such gratitude. I thank you so much for the opportunity to play with you in the sandbox and all of us together. Oh my gosh. So may we send Miriam a huge blast. Woo, woo, woo.
And receiving and sending right back
love you.
Sending right back to all of you, my friends. All praise be to the divine for being here, connecting with you in this sacred moment. Thank you to the Siddhaveda lineage for guiding us, and for the mamas, and for the diet and all these things that are healing us. And yeah, I'm just so grateful.
This was beautiful, Miriam. It's definitely beautiful. Many blessings to each and every one of you.
Okay, friends. So yeah, if it feels good for you now, we're going to unmute and we're going to say, I love you and I'm with you in whatever language that you like. Ti amo e sono con te.
I love you and
I love you and I'm with you. I love you and I'm with you. I love you.
I love you and
I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with
See you all
you.
again in September.
Love you and I'm with you.
Love you.